Human beings were creating this geared and cogged machinery.
There were certainly in the ancient world more devices like the Antira Mechanism. It wasn't unique.
Unearthing a relic from the depths of history can sometimes reveal secrets that were meant to stay buried. When archaeologists stumbled upon this ancient discovery, they had no idea they were about to unveil something so shocking and profoundly mysterious that it could shake the foundations of our understanding. This ancient discovery should have been kept a secret from mysterious mummies to cursed tablets. Join us as we uncover these 20 ancient, shocking discoveries that shouldn't exist. Number 20. The Lindo Man. In 1984, workers in Lindo Moss were shocked when what they thought was a log turned out to be a human leg. Imagine the surprise and fear they felt when they realized they had uncovered part of a human body. This leg belonged to the Lindo Man, one of the most famous bog bodies ever found in Europe. Despite being incredibly well preserved, the Lindo Man lived from around 2 BCE to 119 CE and was about 25 years old when he died. What makes the Lindo Man so unique is his appearance. Unlike other bog bodies from that era, he had well-groomed hair and manicured fingernails, which was unusual for the Iron Age when most people lived hard, laborious lives. This suggests that the Lindo Man was a person of high status. Yet, research into his remains revealed a dark story. The Lindo Man had multiple injuries: a blow to the head, a garrote or sinew around his neck, and a broken neck. There were also potential stab wounds. The most chilling part? It appeared that his death wasn't just an accident, but a deliberate act, possibly part of a ritual. Scholars have debated this for decades. Some believe he was a human sacrifice, meant to appease the gods or bring good fortune. Others think he might have been executed as a criminal or murdered for unknown reasons. Regardless of the exact cause, the discovery of the Lindo Man is a fascinating and strange find that continues to intrigue researchers and historians to this day. Number 19. A void in the pyramid. We've been fascinated by what the ancient Egyptians left behind for centuries, but it seems their secrets are never-ending. In 2017, a surprising discovery was made in the Great Pyramid of Giza, revealing a hidden void. Using non-invasive scanning techniques, archaeologists discovered this strange, unseen space. The void measures about 98 feet in length and lies just above the Grand Gallery, the long, sloping corridor leading to King Khufu's chamber. Why it was made, or what it contains, remains a mystery. This discovery reignited our curiosity about the pyramids. What is this void? Why was it created? What secrets might it hold? Some archaeologists think it might be a structural feature, but others believe it could contain significant secrets of this great civilization. If this void had a functional purpose, it suggests that our current understanding of the pyramid as merely a tomb might be incomplete. There might be additional roles or significance attached to these structures that we have yet to understand. For instance, could the Great Pyramid also have served as a monumental record of architectural and engineering knowledge? Imagine if the void contains artifacts or inscriptions. If so, it could provide us with new information about the culture, religion, and daily life of ancient Egypt during King Khufu's reign. Number 18. The Lovers of Valdaro. In 2007, archaeologists made a remarkable discovery at a Neolithic tomb in San Giorgio near Mantua, Italy. They unearthed a pair of human skeletons that date back to 6,000 years ago. But it wasn't just their age that made this find extraordinary. What truly captivated archaeologists was the way these two skeletons were positioned. Believed to be the remains of a young man and a young woman, they were found in a tight embrace, earning them the name the Lovers of Valdaro. Estimated to be around 20 years old at the time of their deaths and standing about 5 feet 2 inches tall, these lovers told a story of love and mystery. The male skeleton had a flint arrowhead near his neck, while the female skeleton had a long flint blade along her thigh and 2 flint knives under her pelvis. Initially, these items led archaeologists to theorize that the pair might have met tragic deaths. However, further research suggested that these tools were most likely part of a burial ritual rather than instruments of their demise. The tender embrace of these star-crossed lovers offers a poignant glimpse into a time long past. Perhaps their peace should have been preserved, but to ensure the preservation of their remains, the entire block of earth around them was carefully excavated. 7 years after their discovery, the skeletons were placed in a glass case, allowing the world to witness this ancient tale of love. This discovery not only provides insight into the burial practices of the Neolithic period, but also stirs our imaginations. Number 17. Denisova Cave Artifacts. Nestled in the rugged terrain of the Altai Mountains in Siberia is the Denisova Cave. From the outside, it might seem like just another cavern, but within its depths lies one of the world's most significant archaeological sites. In 2008, researchers made an astounding discovery here: a tiny fragment of a finger bone. It may not sound like much, but DNA analysis revealed that it belonged to a previously unknown group of ancient humans, now known as the Denisovans. This discovery was groundbreaking. It opened a new chapter in the human family tree, showing us that our lineage is far more complex than we had thought. Before this, we knew about Homo sapiens and our close cousins, the Neanderthals. However, the Denisovans introduced a new branch to our family tree. Genetic evidence suggests that Homo sapiens, Neanderthals, and Denisovans not only coexisted, but also interbred. That's right. Some modern humans carry snippets of Denisovan DNA. But the Denisova Cave has even more secrets. Alongside Denisovan remains, scientists have found evidence of habitation by both Neanderthals and Homo sapiens. Perhaps the most astonishing find is a bracelet made of green chlorite, estimated to be around 40,000 years old. This bracelet shows signs of advanced tool use and a sense of aesthetics, challenging our assumptions about the technological and cultural capabilities of ancient humans. Every artifact, every bone fragment discovered in Denisova Cave reveals something new about human history. Number 16. 2,000-year-old beef jerky. In 2009, archaeologists in Shanxi Province, China, made a surprising discovery of a 2,000-year-old beef jerky. This ancient snack, which probably should have stayed buried, was found in the village of Wanli. When the archaeologists unearthed a bronze pot, they didn't expect it to contain dried meat. Upon closer inspection, they realized it was beef jerky dating back to the Warring States period, roughly between 475 and 221 BCE. The jerky was discovered in an ancient tomb, suggesting it was meant as sustenance for the afterlife. The pot had been sealed tightly, and though the meat had turned a greenish-black color due to oxidation, it remarkably retained its shape and showed no signs of shrinkage. This preservation was likely due to the drying process used before the meat was placed in the tomb. While it's certainly not safe to eat now 2,000 years ago, this was probably some of the finest dried meat in the region. Beef jerky, as we know, is a great way to keep meat edible for long periods, making it an essential travel snack. In ancient China, similar methods were used, involving drying and possibly smoking the meat to prevent spoilage. However, this particular batch of jerky wasn't meant for the living. Instead, it was intended for the deceased to enjoy in the afterlife. Now, instead of being consumed, this ancient jerky is a fascinating subject for researchers. The discovery provides a unique glimpse into ancient culinary practices and the lengths taken to prepare for the afterlife. Number 15. The Monk Mummy. In 2015, a remarkable discovery was made in Mongolia: the mummy of a monk believed to be a teacher of Lama Dashi Dorjo Itigalov. Found in the Soninkyangai district near Ulaanbaatar, the monk's body was in a lotus position, leading senior Buddhists to claim he wasn't dead but in a deep meditative trance. This extraordinary claim quickly captured global attention. According to the Buddhists who uncovered the mummy, the monk is in a state known as Tukdam, a rare meditation believed to be one step away from achieving enlightenment. Dr. Barry Curzon, a physician to the Dalai Lama and a Buddhist monk himself, suggests that if a meditator remains in Tukdam for over 3 weeks, their body begins to shrink, eventually leaving only hair, nails, and clothing. Believers of the Dalai Lama are convinced that the monk is in deep meditation and even claim to have seen him moving around the temple. They view this as evidence of the monk's extraordinary spiritual accomplishment. However, skeptics argue that the monk is indeed lifeless, preserved by the region's dry and cold climate rather than through spiritual means. This discovery continues to intrigue both believers and skeptics alike, blurring the lines between faith and science. Whether a miraculous state of meditation or a well-preserved mummy, the story of this monk in Mongolia adds a fascinating chapter to the ongoing dialogue between spiritual beliefs and scientific understanding. Number 14. Yonaguni Monument. In 1986, local diver Kihachiro Aratake stumbled upon something extraordinary beneath the waters off the coast of Yonaguni Island, Japan. Aratake, familiar with the underwater terrain, was stunned to discover what appeared to be a man-made structure. This mysterious find, now known as the Yonaguni Monument, has since become one of the most debated archaeological discoveries. The Yonaguni Monument features terraces, steps, and large platforms that some claim are remnants of an ancient submerged city, possibly dating back over 10,000 years. If true, this would radically alter our understanding of history, suggesting that advanced architectural development occurred much earlier than previously believed. The structure, composed of sandstone and mudstone, stretches about 165 feet long and 65 feet wide. Its most iconic feature is a massive, flat-topped, pyramid-like formation that Aratake compared to those created by early civilizations around the world. But the burning question remains: is the Yonaguni Monument truly man-made? On one side of the debate, researchers led by Professor Masaki Kimura from the University of the Ryukyus argue that the monument's sharp edges, precise angles, and what seem to be carved markings indicate it was constructed by humans. They suggest it might have been built by a prehistoric civilization predating the last ice age, when sea levels were lower and Yonaguni Island was part of a larger landmass. However, others argue that the monument's features could be the result of natural geological processes. They propose that sandstone formations, which can fracture along straight lines, might erode in ways that mimic human-made structures. Whether the Yonaguni Monument is a product of ancient human ingenuity or natural geological forces, it continues to captivate and intrigue. If it is indeed a man-made structure, it could revolutionize our understanding of human history. Number 13. Antira Mechanism. The Antira Mechanism is a true testament to ancient ingenuity, a relic that transcends its era and challenges our understanding of history. Discovered in the early 20th century amidst the wreckage of a sunken ship off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera, this extraordinary artifact has captivated scholars and scientists alike. Dating back to the 2nd century BC, the Antikythera mechanism is often hailed as the world's first analog computer. This intricate device, with its complex arrangement of gears, cogs, and brass inscriptions, functioned as a sophisticated tool for tracking astronomical events. It defies expectations of ancient technological capabilities, showcasing a level of craftsmanship and scientific understanding that seems remarkably advanced for its time. The mechanism operated as a celestial calculator, capable of predicting solar and lunar eclipses, charting planetary positions, and tracking other cosmic phenomena. The bronze plates of the Antira Mechanism, inscribed with detailed instructions, provided the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe. While the exact purpose of this ancient marvel remains somewhat elusive, it is generally believed to have served both calendrical and astronomical functions. Number 12. Lake of Skeletons. At a breathtaking altitude of 16,470 feet in the Himalayas lies a seemingly ordinary frozen lake. However, this lake, known as Rupkund, holds a chilling secret. It contains hundreds of human skeletons. The strange tale of this lake began in 1942 when a British forest ranger accidentally stumbled upon it. Initially, authorities speculated that the bones belonged to Japanese soldiers from World War II, but this theory was quickly dismissed. Further investigation revealed that the skeletons were not from a single group, but rather from a diverse collection of people. Some skeletons dated back to the 9th century and were primarily from local Indian tribes, while others had genetic markers suggesting Mediterranean origins from a much later period. This begged the question: how did such a diverse group of people end up as a frozen pile of bones thousands of feet high in the Himalayas? One popular legend tells of a king and his entourage who angered the goddess Nanda Devi. In her wrath, she sent a devastating hailstorm that claimed their lives while they were on a pilgrimage. This story, while seemingly mythical, gained some credibility through scientific findings. Researchers discovered that many of the skeletons bore signs of blunt force trauma to the head, injuries consistent with being struck by large hailstones. Despite these findings, numerous mysteries remain. For instance, why were people from the Mediterranean present in such a remote and treacherous location? Some researchers speculate they might have been part of a long-lost trade route or pilgrimage. Number 11. The Cursed Ring. If you're a fan of J.R.R. Tolkien and his works, you might find the tale of this alleged cursed artifact familiar. This seemingly ordinary ring has an extraordinary story. It is the cursed ring of Silvianus, believed to carry a sinister curse. The story begins with a man named Silvianus who lost this very ring. He suspected a man named Sinicianus of stealing it. Furious, Silvianus did what any wronged Roman might do. He cursed Sinicianus using a lead curse tablet. This tablet, discovered at the Temple of Nodens in Lydney, implored the gods to withhold health from Sinicianus until the ring was returned. The curse was thus bound to the ring itself. The ring vanished into obscurity until 1785, when it was unearthed in a plowed field near Silchester, England. This ring is quite a marvel. Made of gold, it weighs about 12 grams and has a diameter of 1 inch, suggesting it may have been worn over a glove or on the thumb. The ring has 10 facets and features an engraving of the Roman goddess Venus on its bezel. Once again, the ring faded into the background until 1929, when Sir Mortimer Wheeler, a prominent archaeologist, linked it to the curse tablet. Intrigued, he consulted his friend J.R.R. Tolkien, then a professor of Anglo-Saxon at Oxford, to help unravel the mystery of the god Nodens mentioned in the curse. Many believe that this cursed artifact inspired Tolkien to create his legendary series, which has become one of the greatest classics of all time. Number 10. The Cockno Stone. In 1887, archaeologists uncovered a remarkable slab measuring about 42 by 26 feet, adorned with intricate carvings known as petroglyphs. This slab, known as the Cockno Stone, is one of the finest examples of prehistoric rock art in Scotland and possibly all of Europe. The stone boasts a mesmerizing array of swirls, geometric shapes, and cup and ring marks, a form of ancient artwork found in various prehistoric sites around the world, but rarely in such concentration and complexity. The origins of the Cockno Stone are shrouded in mystery. It is believed to date back to the Neolithic or early Bronze Age, some 4,000 to 5,000 years ago. This enigmatic stone has sparked numerous theories about its purpose. Some experts suggest the markings could have been used for astronomical calculations, serving as an ancient calendar to mark the seasons and track celestial events. Others propose that the stone had spiritual or ritualistic significance, acting as a focal point for ceremonies or as a map to navigate sacred landscapes. However, the Cockno Stone's journey through history has been far from smooth. In 1964, due to concerns over vandalism, it was buried under soil to protect it from further damage. For decades, this prehistoric masterpiece lay hidden from view, its secrets buried with it. It wasn't until 2016 that efforts were made to uncover and study the Cockno Stone once again. Number 9. Meteorite Dagger. Returning to ancient Egypt, we find the fascinating tomb of Tutankhamun, a pharaoh who ruled from 1332 to 1323 BC. Discovered in 1922, Tutankhamun's tomb was a treasure trove of artifacts, including an unusual dagger that continues to intrigue investigators today. This dagger, crafted from iron sourced from a meteorite, astonished experts with its unique composition, which included high levels of cobalt and nickel. Scholars were perplexed by the dagger's origins, as forging iron artifacts was exceedingly rare during Tutankhamun's reign. The Iron Age was still decades away, raising questions about how this extraordinary material came to be in the pharaoh's possession. The presence of this heavenly metal sparked wild theories and debates. Some even speculated that the dagger was a gift from extraterrestrial beings to the revered pharaoh, adding another layer of mystery to Tutankhamun's legacy. Decades have passed since the discovery of this astonishing artifact, yet its secrets continue to captivate scientists and historians alike. Number 8. Main Pene. The Main Pene, an ancient relic unearthed in 1957, has sparked fascination and debate ever since. This artifact, believed to date back to the era of King Olaf Kyrre, also known as Olaf the Peaceful, who ruled Norway nearly a millennium ago, offers intriguing insights into Norse exploration and trade networks. Initially mistaken for a British coin, meticulous archaeological study revealed its true origin as Norse. This discovery sheds light on the vast scope of Viking expeditions in the New World. The silver coin provides crucial evidence of Viking excursions beyond their Scandinavian homelands, suggesting a wide network of trade and exploration that defies earlier perceptions of Norse interaction with distant regions. Number 7. The Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin could have been just an ordinary piece of linen, if not for the mysterious image it bears. This cloth is said to depict the face of Jesus Christ, allegedly imprinted when he was crucified. For Christians worldwide, the shroud is potentially an extraordinary piece of evidence, if proven genuine. Despite centuries of fascination and scrutiny, it remains shrouded in mystery and controversy. Researchers trace its history back to the 14th century, with its first documented appearance in France around 1353. The shroud's intrigue skyrocketed in AD 98 when it was photographed by Secondo Pia. The negatives revealed a startling detail. The image appeared more detailed and lifelike, igniting renewed interest and speculation about its origins. In 1988, radiocarbon dating tests conducted by 3 independent laboratories dated the shroud between 1260 and 1390, suggesting it was too young to be Jesus's burial cloth. However, this conclusion did not settle the debate. Critics argued that the dating might be flawed due to potential contamination or the possibility that the tested samples were from a medieval repair rather than the original cloth. These opposing views leave the shroud's true nature unresolved. Number 6. Leonardo da Vinci's Robots. Leonardo da Vinci's fascination with automation and robotics went far beyond the technological limits of his time. His design sketches from 1495, rediscovered in the 1950s, reveal glimpses into Da Vinci's visionary mind and pioneering efforts in robotics. Despite not having access to modern technology, Da Vinci's designs for a humanoid knight robot showcase his ingenuity and creativity. This mechanical marvel, capable of autonomous movement, stands as a testament to his unparalleled attention to detail and anatomical precision. Within the pages of his sketchbooks, Da Vinci meticulously outlined the intricate mechanisms and movements of his robotic creation. The humanoid knight, designed to sit, stand, and perform basic actions, represented a remarkable fusion of artistry and engineering. Although Da Vinci's robot may have remained a conceptual prototype, its existence serves as a testament to his groundbreaking contributions to the field of automation centuries ahead of his time. His visionary designs continue to inspire and influence modern robotics research, underscoring the enduring legacy of his genius. Leonardo's ability to envision such advanced machinery in an era without electricity or sophisticated tools highlights the extraordinary nature of his mind. His work reminds us that innovation and creativity can transcend the boundaries of their time, leaving a lasting impact on future generations. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Back in 1985, archaeologists unearthed the remains of 222 individuals, but one skeleton stood out among the rest. This man, who lived between the 6th and 8th centuries, had his hand amputated at the forearm. Instead of living without an arm, he adapted in a remarkable way, using one of the oldest examples of prosthetics, a knife as a prosthetic limb. This ancient discovery should have been kept a secret. The safe removal of a limb and the attachment of a prosthesis is a sensitive operation even today. Imagine doing it at a time when antibiotics hadn't even been invented. It's nothing short of a miracle that the man didn't suffer from any infections. His community must have cared for him meticulously, helping him avoid fatal infections. Researchers found signs that his limb had healed well, indicating he lived for years after the amputation. This story shows why archaeology is so fascinating. The man's teeth were worn on just one side, hinting that he might have used his teeth to bite the straps of his prosthesis to tighten them. His shoulder bones also showed unusual wear, suggesting he constantly used his knife arm. Do you believe such operation could exist in those days? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 5. Jamestowns Residence. Jamestown, founded in 1607, was the first permanent English settlement in America. However, a mysterious explosion in 1609 led to its collapse. This incident forced Captain John Smith to return to England, leaving the colony without a leader. At the same time, circumstances prevented the residents from foraging for food. With their supplies dwindling, starvation became their primary concern. Archaeological excavations in 2012 uncovered gruesome evidence of those desperate times. Researchers found remains suggesting that the starving residents resorted to cannibalism to survive. This horrific discovery reveals the extreme measures people in the past took to stay alive when facing dire circumstances. Number 4. The Baghdad Battery. In 1938, archaeologists made a remarkable discovery near Baghdad, ancient artifacts resembling batteries dating back over 2,000 years. These objects, known as the Baghdad Batteries, are far from the batteries we use today. They are small clay jars that at first glance seem unremarkable. However, inside each jar is a copper cylinder encasing an iron rod. Dating back to the Parthian period from around 250 BCE to 224 CE, these artifacts have fascinated historians and archaeologists alike. The intrigue lies in the possibility that these ancient civilizations might have understood electricity long before the modern era. Researchers have found that filling the jars with an acidic or alkaline substance, such as vinegar or lemon juice, could produce an electric current similar to a simple galvanic cell. If these jars were indeed batteries, it suggests a rudimentary grasp of electric power thousands of years ago. But what if the jars weren't intended as batteries? Some speculate they might have been used for electroplating, applying a thin layer of gold or silver to other metals in a process known as gilding. Others suggest they could have served ceremonial or medicinal purposes, perhaps for pain relief, similar to modern electrical stimulation techniques. Despite extensive research, the true purpose of the Baghdad batteries remains a mystery. Number 3. Clerks Dorp Sphere. Discovered in South Africa's Ottosdal region in the early 20th century, the Clerks Dorp spheres have intrigued scientists and enthusiasts for decades. These metallic spheres, with their incredibly smooth surfaces and detailed parallel grooves, challenge traditional explanations for natural rock formation. Their near-perfect symmetry and balance make them even more mysterious. Ranging in diameter from a few centimeters to several inches, these objects date back over 3 billion years and showcase a precision that defies standard geological processes. Some alternative theories suggest these spheres may have been made by humans or even have extraterrestrial origins. However, mainstream scientific opinion attributes their formation to natural geological occurrences, specifically mineral precipitation over long periods. The concentric layers seen in some spheres are thought to be caused by mineral accretion around a central nucleus, gradually forming their distinctive spherical shape. Number 2. Shackled Skeletons. In 2016, archaeologists made an astonishing discovery at the Phaleron Delta site in Greece. Over 80 skeletons buried side by side. These remains are believed to date back to the 7th century BCE, a period of significant political upheaval in ancient Athens. The truly chilling detail is that these individuals were shackled, their wrists bound in iron cuffs. Some were laid on their backs, others on their stomachs, but all were restrained in some way. This grim setup suggests that they might have been prisoners who faced mass execution. The site is one of the largest cemeteries from the Classical Age discovered in Greece, with around 1,500 skeletons in total. This macabre find has sparked numerous theories about the identities of these individuals. Some scholars propose they could be followers of Cylon, an Athenian noble who attempted a coup around 632 BCE. His conspiracy failed, and his supporters were reportedly executed, which could explain the mass grave and shackles. Number 1. Ulben Sword. About 170 of these ancient swords have been unearthed across Europe, from Scandinavia to the banks of the Volga. At first glance, they might seem ordinary, but they are renowned as the finest swords ever crafted, known as the Ulben swords. Dating back to the Viking Age, these weapons are shrouded in mystery. They were forged from crucible steel, a material with a high carbon content, centuries ahead of its time in Europe. Such quality wouldn't be seen again until the Industrial Revolution. But how did Viking blacksmiths acquire such advanced metallurgical knowledge? Archaeologists believe the secret lies in trade routes extending far beyond Viking lands, possibly reaching the Middle East or South Asia, where the technique to create such steel was already known. The high carbon content in the steel made Ulben swords exceptionally strong and flexible, both sharp and resilient in battle. Intriguingly, these swords often bear an inscription that reads Ulben, suggesting a single maker or a branded workshop. However, variations in the quality and authenticity of the swords with this inscription indicate that while some were genuine, others were mere imitations. Which of these ancient discoveries do you find most bizarre? Let us know in the comments below.